It's funny though for me, like thinking like back to like me joining Greek life and my mindset, because I had, and I think this is like maybe like a lesson that I would go back and maybe do a little bit differently.
Sure.
Especially for people who are maybe like me in this regard, because I don't think everyone is like this. But I joined Greek life kind of off the like end of a relationship, like 3 or 4 months out of one. And I feel like I've already talked about this on the podcast before, but going into Greek life, when it's just like, part of it was actually to make more girlfriends. That was like one of like my biggest things. I was like, I want to like make more girlfriends, but also too kind of what you were saying, just all the hot guys were in Greek life at UCI.
At UCI specifically.
At UCI specifically, like all the hot guys were in Greek life. And so that was a big reason why I joined as well. But it's funny to think about it, because then I pretty immediately got into a relationship with one of them.
But it worked. It was working as intended.
It worked really successfully, because like I think it was like weeks into me being in Greek life and I met my second boyfriend. So
but
it's just,
like, that's kind of really how it is, especially for like attractive people.
Yeah.
You just need access.
Yeah.
People that want to be around you, and then like, oh, cool.
Yeah. And then there you go. But I do like in that sense, kind of looking back, I do wish that I focused less on being in romantic relationships while I was in college. I feel like, and I wrote this down for this episode, because I went into college with the mindset of like, this is where you find your future husband. And like, you know, I need a date to find my man that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. That was, looking back at it, I hee hee ha ha, because it's such a cute, like naive idea.
Right.
But I
will tell you, and I will preface this as this is really good advice for girls, because my advice for men is the exact opposite, but you finish yours.
Got you. But yeah, I was so honed in on like finding my future husband in college. And in hindsight, I spent a majority of like, relationships take up a lot of your time and energy. And especially in my second relationship I was spending a lot of time with him. And I definitely had like my sorority friends who are still friends now that like I would see, but I didn't I remember like when we had broken up, feeling like I wasn't as close to them as I could have been, because I had a boyfriend the entire time I was forming a friendship with them.
And now it's kind of awkward, like, hey guys, I want to hang out more.
Yeah, I mean, they were great. It wasn't awkward, but it definitely was like, okay, like I feel a little behind because everyone else kind of, and it wasn't like I wasn't friends with these people, but I definitely felt like there was some sort of barrier that, you know, that didn't necessarily like need to be there.
I remember you talking about that friendship thing.
Yeah, it definitely was like a really prevalent thing. And then on that, what I had hinted at earlier about failing 2 classes, they directly coincided with the breakups that I had in college.
Interesting.
And
that's suspicious.
No, it's not suspicious at all. It's very obvious. I was super emotionally distraught and could not focus on like my schooling and my classes. And like, I allowed these boys essentially to like take over like everything, you know. I was really consumed by it, because I really had this idea in my head of like what. Also, I'm the type of person, I enjoy being in relationships, and like I didn't have any like in high school, even like just as like growing up, like I didn't interact with boys like that at all. Like I was too shy to. So I wasn't the girl who was like in middle school and had a little boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like how those girls are.
I hate those girls.
Sure, you're right.
Those girls are really
honestly
annoying.
Where are they now?
Pregnant at 16. That's where. Yikes. Anyways.
So I feel like that was also like a part of it. I wasn't an ugly high schooler, but like I wasn't like stop.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't the like most. Like I wasn't the most like attractive girl, and I didn't.
You definitely blossomed in college.
I definitely
100%.
came into my beauty in college, 100%.
And
I also couldn't handle that as well. Like I was like, all these people want me.
Oh my god!
And I'm finally getting all this attention, and I'm a romantic, and I want love, and so
that's just
here
not
we are.
Not
a good combination. Yeah,
for you specifically. And to that, I would add into the relationship aspect isn't necessarily the problem in that scenario.
Yeah.
Right. and I guess that's coming from like where I was going to take it, right?
Yeah.
Not letting relationships consume you.
Totally.
Not letting relationships become your priority, I think is more important than avoiding relationships.
Yeah, no, 100%. If like you find someone you connect with them in college, like by all means, don't be like afraid of commitment.
Right.
But yeah, the focus on it and the extreme
Like,
desire.
Really.
Yeah.
Like, you went from breakup to new relationship
To
in
another
3
breakup.
weeks, right? To another breakup. Like, goodness, that's a lot.
I literally my entire college, like that's like when I say like it's my biggest regret.
Even 3 and 4, you were in a relationship.
We were together. God.
You got together.
We broke up in my second relationship towards the middle end of my third year. So I finished out my third year. That was like when I was like really in my breakup phase. And then my whole fourth year I was single. Yeah. But then halfway through my fourth year, COVID happened. So it really was right.
Everyone was single.
Yeah. So if I knew that, I would not have spent my time in relationships.
Yeah.
But here we are.
That's fair.